Ivy Meyer's Northtown Neighborhood News Magazine, a presentation of Sonny Hirsch and myself, web, ntnm.org. All of our shows are on YouTube, over 250,000 watched. Actually, it's probably 500,000 watched if the counter ever moved, which it hasn't in quite some time, despite the fact that people are watching shows hundreds, sometimes every day. But our counter doesn't move, boo-hoo-hoo. Community Policing Caps24.org, Sonny in his spare time. Runs the 24th District. He's chairman of the advisory board. And go to your community policing meetings. The 10 sector in our area meets the second Thursday of the month at 7 p.m. As you know, we have been covering the 9th Judicial District in particular and all the judicial races. If any of you are running for judge countywide or in areas we cover and you can see the show, please feel free to contact me. I'll put you on the air. You don't need a special invitation. Somebody I've been looking forward to meeting, who is here through the courtesy of her campaign manager, Sean Tenner, who's a really good guy, is a candidate for, and I'll let her tell you what vacancy it is, the 9th Sub-Circuit Judicial Race. Megan Goldish. I didn't say that right, but go ahead. Megan, how you doing?
Nice to see you.
And are you aiming at a specific opening?
I am. I've circulated petitions in all 3 vacancies. I haven't decided which one to file.
Smart.
So
That's a smart way to do it.
Pretty much done with the signatures in all 3, but I haven't strategized yet with, as you mentioned, the great guy Sean Tenner,
right,
who I know will be watching this.
Yes, he
and
definitely.
his feed just went down a little.
And by the way, he will probably call me. Later tonight and find out how things went.
Good.
Because I had 2 other guys from the 9th too, and that's what he really wants to know about.
Okay.
But you know, actually, the only 3 people I know for sure that are only circulating in one are the people that a certain congressperson likes.
Yes. Yes, I believe that's correct.
Yeah, and the rest are. But you know what? I don't want to get into that. We don't want to talk politics. Though you're running for judge, which is an elected office.
Correct.
And all the rest of it, it really isn't a political office the way that, you know, like being a state rep or a state senator is. Why don't you tell us about your background?
Certainly. I grew up not far from here. I am a proud graduate of Niles West High School and went to the University of Illinois in Champaign. And then I went to Northwestern Law School, Northwestern University School of Law, and currently I was just appointed on the faculty there. I teach trial advocacy.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you. And I am a...
It's quite a distinction.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm teaching actually with somebody who had taught me when I was in law school, so it's, you know, now I'm hearing all the secrets, like, oh, this is how it really works behind the scenes. And I've been an assistant state's attorney for about 16 years, mostly specializing. I was one of the first people that was in the domestic violence division. It had just opened orders of protection, violations of order of protection cases, domestic batteries, and I'm currently a supervising attorney in a felony courtroom. So Monday through Thursday I have your murders, your rapes, your drug cases, et cetera.
And a specific courthouse? Or?
At 26 in California.
Ah, the lovely place.
Yes, there's no paper towels in the bathroom, so if you're coming to visit, bring your own. But on Friday, I am we have a diversion court, a treatment courtroom. Yeah. It was felony prostitution, which I now has been misdemeanorized, if that's such a word. And but it's more of they're nonviolent offenders. They get career counseling, job treatment, job training, drug treatment, et cetera. And I am also, on the side, I am a proud graduate of the Second City Conservatory.
Really?
And I did the program, I performed with a group at the Annoyance.
I used to go to Second City a lot when I was younger, and I had a great time there.
You wouldn't have seen me on the main stage. I'm like down here on the totem pole. But mostly we perform at some of the theaters, at Wilmette Theater, the Annoyance Theater, obviously, and the Skybox Theater at Second City. And at some of the schools, some of the local schools.
Cool. So that had to be a lot of fun.
Yes. Yeah. Well, it's improv, so when it's good, it's a lot of fun. When it's bad, it's improv.
Yeah. No, that's also very good training for you know, wanting to run for office.
Yes. Yes, it is. Yeah. I hope. Well, we'll find out. I'll let you know in March.
Well, you're doing fine so far. I mean, for those of you who don't know, we actually talk more off the air than on the air with almost all our guests. So she's doing just fine. So in any event, you've got to collect, 1,000 signatures?
Roughly, yes.
Which means you really need like 2,500 to 3,000.
That's what I'm aiming for. We're ahead of the game in terms of our numbers. Like we have enough, but I want that cushion. So.
No, the cushion definitely helps. You have a legal background? I mean, your family also?
No. my family business, automotive parts.
Oh, okay. Because you know what? When you mentioned that about two judge types recusing themselves for your father,
They're from his junior high grammar school. It's called O'Keefe, and it's
I thought it was legal reasons.
I called it a
sorry.
cult that they all know each other.
Yeah.
I did too. I walked in and they looked at the last name and he recused himself, and I thought I did something wrong, but it's just that I have a very nice father, so they
Oh, I got you. For some reason, I thought he was.
in case my father's watching this as well.
Oh, you're his daughter. He'll wind up watching.
Yeah.
So definitely. So, okay. Are you busy I mean, are you going from one event to another night to night, or?
Yes. I've like last night there were 3 different things going on, and I do. I'm currently one of the heads of the Lighthouse for the Blind, the junior board.
Oh, nice.
So it's like we've been having events, and I do a lot of stuff with Lynn Sage Cancer Center, and it's been the Research Foundation. It's been Cancer Awareness Month. It's Domestic Violence Awareness Month, and even aside from a campaign, which has been in its own way fun. I've met a lot of people. I've learned a lot. Everything I thought I knew about Chicago politics, which you probably already knew, I have learned tenfold. And it's I think this is to me the best area in the city. It's where I grew up, but I've definitely it's been an eye opener. You commented that a judge is not really a political position, but you're politicking to get it. And I'm in an office where I'm not a politician either. So if I just keep my head down and do my job, I've had wonderful bosses, but you shouldn't be able to tell my boss's political leanings based on what I do in a courtroom.
Well, in theory, that's a very important thing, and I remember it depends who the state's attorney is, and it depends who the attorney general is, and the whole shot. But no, that's something that definitely can come through.
Right. So it's but especially you should come on a Friday when they have it's called the Wings Courtroom. It's a treatment courtroom, and it's kind of nice. You see the difference between the beginning and the end results. And
that would actually be pretty cool. That I wonder about things like that sometimes. So that would be we can talk about that afterwards. So I mean, how do you find events? I mean, basically, is that Sean's job?
Some of it's Sean's. If you're a member of various bar associations, like I'm a member of the Chicago Bar, the Decalogue, the Illinois State Bar, the women's. I'm very involved in the Women's Bar Association. Just even on their emails, you find things. And then my office mate is the president-elect of the Asian Bar. There's a woman down the hall who's an officer in the Cook County Bar Association. So it's kind of like, hey, are you going to this? Are you going to that? It's never a dull moment. So, I mean, drink the caffeine and go and stay up because it's, you'll sleep later.
No, definitely. It's interesting because what happens later in the election is I get swamped by judges. Sometimes there was one shoot we did where we did 3 different shows. We had 12 different people here. 11 of them were running for judge, and 9 of them had been to the exact same event the night before.
Did they all have a different version? Because that would be like it's like when you're interviewing witnesses at a trial. What happened at the party? They were all standing in the same place.
That's actually a very interesting question because even among reporters, we played we played the game of telephone where you pass a message around the table and it comes out completely different. The fact is that, as a general rule, there were only, of those 8, 9 people that were there at the time, there was only 1.5 versions. They were actually all pretty observant of the same thing. So that was definitely interesting from that standpoint. Mickey's hands are starting to run down the wrong way, so if people would like to contact your campaign.
You can just go to megangoldish.com. Megan is MEGANGOLDISH.com.
And we want to thank you very much and want to wish you a lot of luck in the campaign.
Thank you.
And you're invited back on again before the election.
Thank you.
And
Look forward to it.
Stay tuned for